welcome. Allow myself to introduce myself. I am the Handsome King Nerdy Bear. So this video will be more of the educational side of things. I will be explaining the hero's journey in the most simplest way as possible. This will actually be a PowerPoint presentation. I will try to make it as interesting as possible with certain clips of the original game of Cyberpunk 2077. If you clicked on this video, I assume you have already played the game, you have interest in learning about the hero's journey, and you just enjoy the legendary commentary of yours truly. Maybe you clicked on this video because you saw the title Cyberpunk 2077. Whatever your reasons are, I am grateful that you were watching. Please click the like button so the YouTube algorithm gods may bless this as a recommended video.
Good morning, Night City! Yesterday's body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood, thanks to unabated gang wars. One officer down, so I guess you're all screwed, cause the NCPD will not let that go. Got another blackout in Santo Domingo. Netrunners are at it again, poking holes in the power grid. While over in Westbrook, trauma teams scraping cyber psycho victims off the pavement. And in Pacifica, well, Pacifica is still Pacifica. This has been your man, Stan. Join me for another day in our City of Dreams.
Welcome to the City of Dreams. Love that intro. That's like one of the intros in the game that is always worth watching of its entirety. It'll never get old. Thank you for joining me today on this PowerPoint presentation of the hero's journey. And of course, I'll be featuring Cyberpunk 2077. Hey, V.
Hey, V.
V, is that right?
V. Thanks, V.
You're one of us now, V.
Oh, hey, V.
V. Quality over quantity, V.
V. Finally.
You are Valerie or Vincent. You are V, the hero or heroine of Cyberpunk 2077. What is the hero's journey? There are multiple definitions when you go on Google, and there are actually different type of structures of the hero's journey. So to sum it all up, to save you all the research that I had to do, it is a narrative structure of storytelling. It is a story template that transforms the main character of the story. It is a monomyth that catalyzes or triggers a quest that the hero or heroine must go on an adventure and complete a goal. It is a narrative structure that compares and contrasts the ordinary world versus the special world that the hero journeys into. It is a story that outlines the central conflict that the hero must take action and come to a resolution at the end of the story. It is a plot, a type of plot or sequence of events that present challenges that will create a character arc. And then, of course, if you have a little bit more experience as a writer using the story template of the hero's journey, feel free to comment down below the video and give me your insight on it as well. Conflict is essential in this journey. It is a pivotal foundation of the hero's journey, which is conflict. This takes many shapes and forms that act as a catalyst in the character development or the character arc. The conflict will challenge the hero's thought process and will influence the future actions. This empowers the quality of plot that organizes the sequence of events. The hero's journey. This was originally outlined in 17 stages by Joseph Campbell. Feel free to Google who Joseph Campbell is. You'll find a lot of search results. In this video, I will explain the 12 stages of the hero's journey as interpreted by Hollywood development executive and screenwriter Christopher Vogler. The purpose of this presentation is to offer a more simplified breakdown of the hero's journey, and Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be my example of this. There are 12 stages in total that I will be reviewing. So you have 1. The ordinary world. 2. Call to adventure. 3. Refusal of the call. 4. Meeting the mentor. 5. Crossing the threshold. 6. Tests, allies, and enemies. That's all one stage, by the way. Test, allies, and enemy. 7. The approach. 8. The ordeal. 9. The reward. 10. The road back. 11. The resurrection. 12. The return. Be advised that the hero's journey is a skeleton framework that should be fleshed out with details of and surprises of the individual story. The structure should not call attention to itself, nor should it be followed to precisely. The order of the stages is only one of many variations. The stages can be deleted, added to, and drastically shuffled without losing any of their power. Cyberpunk 2077 only has 2 acts. According to Eurogamer.net, there are 2 main acts that will have the prologue, a brief interlude, and an epilogue. In Cyberpunk 2077, you can choose a life path of the Corpo, which was my selection, the Street Kid, or the Nomad. The prologue foreshadows future events to come, and you may see the first 4 stages blend together in the life path. The interlude bridges the act structure that reinforces the journey our hero takes on. Act 1 sets the foundation of the first 4 stages of the journey, and then Act 2 is the bulk of the story for stages 5 through 11. And then the epilogue will be stage 12. Now, for those who have played the game, it is possible where you could actually have stage 11 and 12 blended in together for the epilogue, or maybe the tail end of stage 11 transitioning to stage 12 is your epilogue. There technically isn't a so-called correct answer to any of this. I simply just wanted to explain the 12 stages of the hero's journey, and I feel that Cyberpunk 2077 has great examples of this. As we continue, if you have played the game Cyberpunk 2077, you'll notice some of the stages in the hero's journey blend in with one another and may come in a different order. These are stages, not steps. The central conflict may dictate the order of the stages for the sake of serving the story. Now, can Cyberpunk 2077 have an Act 3? Sure it can, but remember, there are multiple endings that you can play to conclude V's character arc.
Don't ask stupid questions.
Therefore, the 2-act structure is sufficient in serving the story that the game developers wanted to display, with multiple endings for us as the player to experience. So we begin with Stage 1, the ordinary world. We see the hero's normal life at the start of the story, before the adventure begins. We need to see the ordinary world so we can compare and contrast it to the special world that the hero must cross into. So think of the ordinary world as what the hero or heroine is already familiar with, their whole routine, their whole lifestyle. Now, of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that they like that ordinary world. They may be quite annoyed with it, or think it's okay, or think it's boring, or just unfulfilling and depressing. There are multiple reasons, but the point is the ordinary world is something that's familiar. The special world is the unfamiliar. You can almost say it's the fish out of water. You take the fish out of water, the water is what's familiar to the fish, and then you take it out of the water and you put it on a different place. That would be the special world, whether it's a different take of water, or maybe you just don't give it water, you don't put it in a bowl of water, and you see what happens, which is probably going to be your obvious predictable ending. The point is, Stage 1, we want to see the ordinary world first before we enter that special world with the hero or heroine. And then there is a conflict that presents itself and it shatters the ordinary world. Empathy and sympathy for the main character when we experience their situation. This foreshadows future events in the story. Continuing on to the ordinary world, we reveal the ordinary world as early as possible that can establish empathy and sympathy for the hero or heroine. We reveal V's situation, which can trigger moments of compassion, sorrow, or pity. When conflict strikes, it rocks their world, and therefore the hero must take action. Stage 2 is the call to adventure. The hero is faced with an event, conflict, problem, or challenge that makes them begin their adventure. This becomes an opportunity to develop the character through their actions. The conflict that V must face will be the building block of the plot in Cyberpunk 2077.
V, you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
You alright?
Fine. I just needed a breather.
Sounded like you blew your guts airlock.
Yeah, I barfed. It's just stress.
Esa chamba te va a matar.
We had a leak. My boss called. Dragged me in because we had to intervene. Everyone at Night City HQ is on edge.
But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
Jackie, if you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked. Listen, gotta go. Work won't do itself.
Buena suerte.
You know what to do. Start now. Director Abernathy.
I watched the vote. What the hell was that?
Take this. It's what I've collected over the past weeks. Biometrics, trauma team card, names of her closest associates. Driver, chief of security, lover, lover's husband, everything. Use it, and make sure Abernathy won't be a problem anymore.
What'll happen if I refuse?
Don't ask stupid questions. This isn't a request, V. We seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
Refusal of the call. The hero is presented the opportunity to refuse the call of adventure. This adds more depth to the character by revealing their fears, worries, and internal conflicts. This also creates more tension to the story's conflict. Stage 4. Meeting the mentor. Our hero or heroine, V, will meet multiple mentors throughout Cyberpunk 2077. The purpose of the mentor will provide guidance and knowledge to prepare the hero for his or her journey. The mentor will also point out any insecurities, worries, or obstacles that the hero needs to know about. When the mentor offers their perspective, it will build up the ordinary world, i.e. Night City, in the game Cyberpunk 2077. When I played as Corpo in that beginning life path right after getting out of Arasaka, you know, we get to meet Jackie as V, and he tells a little bit about himself. When you first meet Jackie, it seems the best opportunity for this. He gives you a little bit of background about Night City and his perspective on the streets since he is a Valentino. The mentor can deal with the hero's insecurities and weaknesses. They give confidence, knowledge, and direction. They build up hope and offer wisdom for them to reflect on as they deal with any inner and outer conflict. Beyond that, they help the story in setting up empathetic relationships, introducing themes, pointing out story elements, and exposition. The mentor can also explain the ordinary and special world from their point of view.
Don't come here often, do you? It's good to see you, chica. Now sit down and tell me what's got your shorts in a knot.
It's good to see you too, Jack. How you been?
I got sparks flying between the Valentino boys and Maelstrom. Eddie's there for the taking, as long as you don't get flatlined.
Data shard. Take it.
Won't come cheap. It'll have to be done on the sly. I'm not all sunshine and rainbows, but this job ain't my style. Actually, I didn't think it was yours either.
You know how Arasaka operates.
What was it? Hey, you lost? Got a problem?
V, is that right?
Did Jenkins send you? Don't believe I know you.
You don't, but We know you very well. Jenkins assigned you a task today. You'll share all the details with us.
That's between me and Jenkins.
Fuck.
How you feeling? Pretty sharp dive, huh? Your access to company networks is hereby revoked. The data, now.
Information's on the shard.
Smart choice.
We done?
With the formalities, yes. But I think Abernathy would gladly up our fee for ridding her of a piece of rot like you. Stand up. You're coming with us. Come on, move it.
Yes, Bennett. I think you fellas might have forgotten just how far from home you are. Not sure this body was your style, let alone a healthy option. Is
that a threat?
You start shooting, maybe we join in, huh? Before you know it, somebody might die today.
We have what we came for.
Just lost control of my life. Completely.
I'd say you got it back. You couldn't say no to them, so they said it to you. This is a turn for the better. You'll see. Besides, you haven't lost everything.
No, Jack, I did. Lost everything. Access to intel systems. My pad, car, contacts. Every shred of credibility.
Well, at least you still got the eddies for the hit job. Probably some fat-ass chunk of cha-ching, just right for a new start. That's right, chica. Buckle up. Hey, you hearing all right? Don't look so hot. V! Hey, hermana. Your new life. It starts now.
Stage 5. Crossing the Threshold. At this stage, the hero leaves their ordinary world for the first time and crosses the threshold into adventure. The hero will enter a special world. The special world is a destination that the protagonist is about to come across as they deal with the conflict they've been forced to or have chosen to take on.
Hello there, Night City! Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this city of dreams. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. Every new day here means 100 new arrivals, but only half these gonks will survive a year, and that's if it's a good one. And why do these peeps come to NC? Well, to be street samurai like Morgan, Blackhand, and Waylon Boa Boa. The greater the risk, the bigger the bounty, kids. Or so they say. But you can only be a Major League player for so long. The faster you live, the faster you burn out. If you don't get a bullet to the brain first. NC's legends. Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard. Matters not where you're from, matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk. In Night City, the city of dreams.
This also becomes a starting point of the character arc. Crossing the threshold is about shifting between the ordinary world and the special world to come. And as I just mentioned, this is where the character arc begins when the hero ventures out into the unknown. Stage 6. Test allies and enemies. The hero must face multiple and evolving conflicts. We can just summarize that and say these are tests. Allies will be introduced to help the hero overcome these conflicts in the story. The enemies will test the hero. The allies that our hero meets, these allies give our hero or heroine hope. The enemies will challenge that hope and create more of an enthralling plot. You could also say that it does raise the stakes or gives reason as to why the central conflict is so important to the story. It makes the conflict more relevant in the story that you're trying to tell or experience. Which leads to this next point. Conflict is everything because it tests the hero that the hero must face and come full circle with the enemies putting them through those tests. The approach. It's also known as the approach to the inmost cave. The cave is more of a metaphorical term in the context of the hero's journey, unless of course your story has a literal cave that the character enters into. But in the context of Cyberpunk 2077, the cave is more metaphorical in the context of V's journey in the story. This is the preparation of the greatest fears and conflicts. It is the core of the story's conflict. This is the opportunity to reflect, review, and plan ahead. Overall, it is to help the hero catch their breath and, more importantly, prepare for the conflict that they are about to face. This escalates the tension and builds up suspense and anticipation. Stage 8, the ordeal. This is the first real conflict that the hero must face in the midpoint of the story. In the previous stage, we learned with the cast of characters what the risks and rewards would be. You of course learned this when you first meet Dex, and you get to meet Bug, and of course you get reintroduced again to Jackie, and that's where all the groundwork is laid upon and planned out. So overall we learn what the plan would be. At this stage of the hero's journey, this is where unexpected setbacks occur. What they thought they knew was either incorrect, misinterpreted, or has evolved into a more difficult conflict that was never planned for. The heist mission is the perfect example of Stage 8. And this is where we witness, or in this case you're the player playing V, where you get to see and experience the hero's lowest point. Allies will be lost.
Hostile aircraft eliminated.
You're white as a ghost, Jack.
See? I told you we'd make it.
My medical diagnostics indicate that Mr. Wells's condition is critical.
Critical? Fuck does that mean?
Mr. Wells's external iliac artery has ruptured. Internal hemorrhaging is severe. I suggest you try to keep Mr. Wells conscious.
It's gonna be all right. You'll see Misty, your mom, everyone you love. Jackie, don't close your eyes.
Misty. Oh, she knew. She always knew. Biochip. Hold on to it. For me.
Mr. Wells has passed. Where shall I take his remains?
What?
Is this some sort of strange metaphor?
Long story. Got a job, fucked it up. Now Silverhand's personality construct's sitting in my head.
Bullshit!
Yeah, well, he's not too happy about it either. Turns out we don't really mix. And it's getting worse.
You are not joking.
Just trying to live with it. Survive, actually.
It's certainly not doing wonders for your health.
We feel for the hero because we've fallen in love with these characters. We rely on them just as they did. They lose hope, courage, or strength to continue. From the lowest point, our hero, V, must rise above and transform so they may prevail.
Here.
Corpo's opened fire. Civilians were killed.
Yeah, that was kinda my fault.
Don't ask me how, but the second I heard, I knew you were involved.
Just wanted to talk to Hanako. Things went a little sideways from there.
Dealing with corpse? What did you expect?
Stage 9. The Reward. The reward offers the hero an added boost they need to propel themselves through the conflict they face during the climax of the story. This can be a special weapon, an elixir, knowledge, an experience, or reconciliation. These are the 5 types of rewards needed to prevail. The experience seems to be the strongest reward in Cyberpunk 2077. And I'm not just talking about like the actual in-game experience to level up your character. I'm talking about different experiences you can go through, the side missions to really enrich, more knowledge and gain an elixir or a special weapon. So to me, in my own opinion, experience can actually lead you to the other 4 rewards, and you can get all 5 of them all at the same time. And then there's reconciliation. What I mean by that is you're reconciling a relationship, a business partnership, or you're helping someone else reconcile their partnership or relationship. And you see this quite a bit in certain side missions or gigs that you do in the game Cyberpunk 2077.
Come on, Saul. If I have to leave the clan, please just say so. Spare me another speech of yours at the very least.
I'm afraid you'll have to sit through a few more. Because from this day forward, you will lead this family by my side.
I will what?
I wish to do this properly, but fine. Have it your way. I was wrong. You were right. That's the truth. May it never happen again.
But I made a mess of so many things. You said...
I know. But I changed my mind. You risked everything for this family, not even knowing whether you'd be welcome the next day.
Okay. Well, many things will have to change.
Yes, and to start with, we need to leave this place. Quickly. We can't wait for Militech to find us.
You thinking about Evelyn?
Clouds has gone to shit. Tiger Claw No Next took revenge for Hiromi and the rest. There was a firefight. Tom's dead. Roxanne barely got out alive. House is closed until further notice. I'd rather not talk or think about it. I didn't want to tell you. Wanted this to be just our day.
It is ours.
Stage 10, The Road Back. Once the hero acquires the reward, then they must travel towards the final climax to conclude their character arc and the story. This stage resets and shows us what has changed, how it affects the hero and their allies, if any, and what remaining challenges stand in their way. Think of the stage as the light at the end of the tunnel. However, on your way back to that light at the end of the tunnel, there will be more conflicts that you as the hero, as V, must be aware of and take on. There will be higher stakes, and it will also reveal everything that is at risk going into the climax of the hero's journey.
God, I feel sick. Don't like this at all. This porcelain bitch is the worst kind of news. Listen, first sign of trouble, eat Delta.
Hanako-sama ga omachi da.
We are here because I know how to save your life. I can lead you to Mikoshi.
Meaning, Mikoshi don't exist in real space.
Yet its access points do, and one is very near.
Where?
Here in Night City, beneath Arasaka Tower.
And you'll help me in exchange for...
My brother
You catch a whiff of that? Smells like shit. Careful not to step in it.
Think about it.
Naturally. But think quickly. Yorinobu is on high alert after the parade. He may harbor suspicions.
Let's fly the fuck out of here.
Judy.
Yeah, even I've grown to like her.
She ought to know that. Hey, Judy.
Oh, hey, V. What's cracking?
Time we, went swimming.
A lot of fun, wasn't it?
What you said, then, about what you sensed in me.
Death.
Wish it'd been anything else. Something nice.
Hey, not like it was your fault.
Here's hoping it comes out better next time.
Listen, whatever it is you're gonna try, just be careful, okay? I'm here waiting.
Thanks. Do my best.
Come a long way to get here, haven't we? Just think. It all started in a fucking landfill.
Then you tried to kill me.
Who you work for? Start talking! See exactly what I mean. Trying to save your sorry hide now. You can let me do that.
That's right. Even if I gotta burn this whole fucking city down.
You want something, and that's always a bad sign.
V, don't know if you can hear me, but... thanks. For trusting me. Let's do this.
Take a look! See that? One day you're in the gutter, the next, you got the whole city at your feet. The whole fucking city!
Where no one can make you do shit! Not even those motherfuckers! No idea how this is gonna end, but let me tell ya, it'll be one loud morning.
Time we gave this city another wake-up call. Jesus, it's so beautiful! About to get even prettier, too.
The hell you say? You two take a puff on your chair?
I wish, Squama. Eyes on the sky, everybody!
Cunningham makes her entrance in 3, 2...
and 1!
Whoa, was that the Jerugian?
Make a wish!
I'm preparing to repel a Netrunner attack originating from outside the facility. You will be on your own now. And you must hurry. An Arasaka elite force isn't far behind.
Let's move it!
Okay, so close I can almost smell the data stream. Room past the partition. We cross it and we're at the core.
Can't turn back time, Johnny. Ever. But you can always start over.
I remember you, cunt.
Eat shit and die. Faster!
Faster, smasher!
Or you can try Panam and her tarmac rats. But then their lives will weigh heavy on your soul.
It's my last chance.
So, again, just to be clear, you've called me at high moon to ask me to help you break into Arasaka Tower, or you'll die.
About the gist of it. Afraid I don't got a choice, Mitch.
Looks like we don't have one neither. The whole clan knows we set out tomorrow.
They know why. What our aim is.
Look around, V. War-tested veterans are a fistful at most. The rest mostly raid rinky-dink convoys and salvage scrap. So for now, they only know as much as they need to know.
The
aim is to help you out.
Do not go muddying the waters. Not now.
We're sending this clan to its grave.
Fuck, you think I don't know that?
The sole human factor here is you.
Yeah, well, said human factor's rapidly running out of time.
You truly believe time to be your greatest concern. You exist or you do not exist. Two states of being separated by death.
Matter of perspective. Think what you will, but it seems to me I rose from the dead. Only question is, what now?
You believe you cheated death. It is death that has cheated you.
You're one of us now, V. You're an Aldecaldo, damn it.
Great to
Thanks
have
for
you
everything,
with us,
V, and don't worry. We'll get you into that Mikoshi. Isn't that the way
Welcome
of
to
it?
the family.
We did it! They're smoldering wrecks. We did that! Go, Mitch! Head back your way!
Impressed.
Saul's right. Harold, you and Cassidy keep us secure here.
You got it.
Mitch, you're coming with us.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
No time to lose then. Let's go. Is everything all right? You seem quiet.
Bob and Teddy are dead. And it's my fault.
Teddy and Bob, they knew the risks, V. Everyone knows. So do I.
Then we'll be at the court.
I'm gonna puke.
You can do this.
Or you take Arasaka's deal, but then you'll have your own soul on your conscience.
Weapons at the ready.
Are you mad? We must act natural. Just... everyone be still and calm, and this will all go smoothly. Is everything in order?
No.
Jesus Christ!
Efficient, effective, good work.
Blast it all!
Just these.
The rest are in position, ready to do as instructed. These are the most effective by match and loyal.
To me or to my money?
I would say it's 20% to 80, Hanako-sama.
Very well. It will have to do. Now come.
You in on this?
In on what?
Saburo's comeback. Just spoke to his construct.
What?
He digitized his engram. Made copies. In case he died.
No, he would have told me.
Why? So you take your job as his bodyguard lightly?
Arian.
Feel that, Goro? Night City just gave you another kick in the nuts. Run and start this time.
Is this forgotten the sensation?
It's time now, or never.
Atom Smasher. Finally, done and gone. Almost. There.
I am as well.
I will stay here. If I go through that door, I will kill him. And your agreement with Hanako-sama will be undone. Go, V. Finish what we started.
Don't want to die.
would it entail, exactly?
Plan? Well, might be how Rogue operates. I say you grab the hottest iron you can find, stride in the tower's front door, and cut your own path down to the lower levels. If Mikoshi's deep underground like Hanako claims it is, you'll just have to find the elevator.
If I gotta die, rather fall into my grave, gun in hand and on fire, and not drag anyone down with me.
Huh. You just discovered what it takes to become a legend. Grab your iron. Let's mobilize.
Sure hope your X-output performs as advertised.
Look on my works, ye mighty, in despair!
Security system overridden. I am in control. Trusting personnel neutralized. The path to Mikoshi lies open.
Come on, let's go! We saw this place in a dream.
Find the access point in the situation.
Come on, not much further to go.
Then submerge yourself in coolant. I will be waiting.
Don't know how, but it worked.
See ya on the other side.
Stage 11, the resurrection. This is the final moment, the final sequence, the countdown, and the confrontation. It is the hero's final form from their transformational journey in this story. And it goes deeper than just defeating the final boss. The hero is transformed by the end of the story. In this resurrection stage, we need to demonstrate that they are a better person, they are a better version of themselves, after they have endured the tests, obstacles, and hurdles, while they gained allies and also losing allies.
Some believe uncertainty is an evil that should be dispelled through divination. Others claim it's change that is evil. But that isn't true either. Every minute of every day, we each become someone new. We shouldn't fear change itself, but only who we might change into. Knowing one's path is most important.
Stage 12, the return. At this stage of the hero's journey, the character's arc is complete and the conflict has reached resolution. Due to the multiple endings you can play in Cyberpunk 2077, there might not be a return to the ordinary world. The return to the ordinary world gives the hero the opportunity to prove that they've changed for the better, learned something, or have attained a certain power that will be legendary and memorable. And I believe you can find all of those type of scenarios within those multiple endings that you can play out.
The Magician. A person of great talent and charisma. A leader.
Sounds like Johnny.
The card is reversed. That can mean a tendency toward addiction, mental instability.
Oh, okay, definitely Johnny. Is one great disturbance.
The final cards are about your futures. The Lovers.
Something that doesn't give me the chills. Finally.
Balance, friendship, love. Though it can also mean difficult choices ahead.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, and Johnny's?
The moon.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, right?
I don't know, V. The moon is mystery.
To conclude and summarize the hero's journey is a narrative story structure that triggers a character arc throughout a series of events that are centralized with conflict, that has its compelling stakes, risks, fulfilling reward, and an empathetic observation of the hero or heroine. If you enjoyed this presentation on the hero's journey, then please like the video, share this with your friends, subscribe and click the bell notification icon so you'll know of any future videos that I post.
On behalf of the staff of the Independent California Motel, I wish you all sweet dreams.